Welcome to this video highlighting the key features of DenyAll's next generation web application firewall. There are three parts to this 10-minute demo. We'll first dive into the workflow engine and related features, a simple yet powerful visual configuration philosophy which will make your life a lot easier as an administrator. We'll then describe how the platform helps you define the security and authentication policies adjusted to your organization's needs. And we'll finish with central management, monitoring, reporting, and automation features. DenyAll's next generation web application firewall is distinctively easier to use than any other WAF. This, largely, thanks to its visual representation of policy. This workflow engine helps you define what happens to requests proxied by the product. You can easily program actions and responses using predefined functions and decision bricks. In the default workflow, if a security engine detects an attack, the event is logged and the request dropped by generating a 403 response page. If no attack is detected, the request is passed on to the backend application. Moving from blocking to alerting mode is as easy as moving an arrow, as you can see here. You can easily customize the policy to match your specific needs. Simply choose the relevant bricks from the library. In this case, we're adding a few checks on cookies and headers and redirecting the traffic based on the outcome to create a policy that's going to be effective at blocking attacks in 90% of your cases. You can copy and paste workflows. You can also create sub-workflows and combine them within a master workflow. The workflow paradigm is used also to modify and rewrite requests as necessary. You can insert contextual conditions, such as the geographic origin of the request. This way you can apply different security policies depending on the geolocalization of users. Based on your business requirements, you may decide not to accept requests coming from certain countries, for example. External threat intelligence sources can be added to a workflow with a view to making smarter contextual decisions. You can decide, for example, to drop a request if the IP reputation score is too low, or if the source IP is known to have been used by spammers and proxies such as Tor, for example. Threat intelligence can be used to avoid requests coming from IP sources used by malicious botnets. But you can also efficiently protect your apps from bad bots by limiting the number of requests per second to something only a human would perform, as shown here. In this workflow, we've added the user tracking and user scoring bricks to evaluate the trust you can have in any given user. The score increases if context and behavior are normal. It decreases if the user connects from an unusual location or suspicious IP source, or carries out an attack in the application, for example. It increases if the user authenticates and behaves normally. The workflow lets you program how the WAF will react to various scenarios. Surely your first generation WAF can do that. In this other workflow, we've combined all of the above functions using sub-workflows to simplify the view with authentication bricks from the Web Access Manager component of the DenyAll platform. This particular policy lets users connect to all web applications using a single and simple password as long as their reputation score is above 80. It will send them a one-time password via SMS if their score is between 40 and 80, and it will require they go through a stronger authentication method should their trust reputation score become lower than 40. At DenyAll, we call this next generation security. This workflow uses bricks associated with the Web Services Firewall license of the platform. It allows for schema validation, XML file parsing, web services routing, signature, and encryption. With our next generation WAF, you are ready to take advantage of the API economy. As we've seen, the workflow makes administration easy while providing a lot of flexibility and options for smart policy creation. DenyAll's Next-Gen WAF provides more automation to simplify the tasks of administrators. Application security fingerprinting, for example, automatically identifies the nature of the application you need to protect and points you towards a predefined security policy template. Many standard applications are supported, including SharePoint, Outlook Web Access, SAP, WordPress, Joomla, and other content management systems. The product's core security engine, ICX, combines negative and positive rules to prevent application layer attacks from succeeding. The rules are applied from the bottom up. All requests are allowed by default, before going through a list of generic attack pattern filters. Finally, each request goes through a positive security rules, which can be learned or created manually to specify approved passes and methods. Other security engines based on heuristics, sandboxing, and grammatical analysis will soon be available and chained with ICX to complement its ability to block zero-day attacks and prevent WAF evasion techniques. If and when your WAF unduly blocks a user's request, you need to be able to create an exception to the policy with a view to avoiding future false positives. That can be done very easily using the Resolve button directly from the Security Alerts view. Any predefined policy can be modified and saved under a new name, allowing you to create different levels of policy. You can use a rather loose policy to control internal users, and a more stringent policy if the requesters are connecting from outside of your corporate network, for example. You can conveniently replay any previously logged request to test a new policy and verify that it does indeed deliver the results you expect. DenyAll Vulnerability Manager can be used in conjunction with DenyAll WAF to identify unprotected applications and create the ad hoc policy that will prevent successful attacks. You can also scan your applications through the WAF and verify that it does a good job at preventing the exploitation of any application layer vulnerabilities until they are definitively fixed. Virtual patching helps you fine-tune the efficiency of your WAF. DenyAll WAF runs on virtual or physical appliances, which can be configured in highly available clusters, either on premises or in hosted environments or in public clouds such as Amazon or Azure. The configuration can be done on one device and pushed on to all other WAFs very simply. A web-based interface lets you monitor the health, performance, and security of your applications. You can also generate effective reports, leveraging the many indicators managed by the WAF. The indicators are available in several tabs, focusing on the status of the reverse proxies, the various tunnels you created, and the overall health of the WAF appliance. All management tasks can be performed within the graphical user interface of the product, or they can be fully automated, leveraging the platform's REST API. DenyAll WAF is a next-generation WAF. As we've seen in this video, it is easy to deploy and manage, thanks to its graphical workflow approach and application security automation features. It has a proven track record of blocking attacks while minimizing false positives, and provides advanced security features to help you adjust your policy to changing user behaviors and threats.